She looked at the door he'd just walked through, the click of the latch echoing in the sudden silence of their apartment. It was done. She had let him go. A part of her screamed in protest, a frantic, desperate voice that wanted to run after him, to pull him back and say it was all a mistake. But she stayed. She stayed because the love she felt for him was bigger than her fear of being alone. For months, she had tried to show him, through late-night talks where her words seemed to vanish into thin air, through small gestures he never seemed to notice, through the tears he'd awkwardly pat away without ever asking why they fell. She had tried to build a bridge to his heart, brick by brick, but he never seemed to want to cross it. He loved her, she knew, but in his own way. A comfortable, easy way that didn't require him to look into the depths of her soul. And she was drowning in those depths, desperate for him to dive in with her. So she let him go. It was the hardest thing she'd ever done, like tearing a piece of herself away. She told him she needed space, that they needed a break. He had looked confused, maybe a little hurt. But he agreed easily. Tout easily. He packed a bag, kissed her forehead, and said he'd call her in a few days. He didn't fight for her, and in that moment, she knew she had made the right, yet most painful, decision. This wasn't a game or a test. It was a last desperate hope, a hope that the space between them would finally give him the clarity he could unfind when she was right beside him. She hoped the silence would make him hear all the words she'd left unsaid, that the emptiness of his new routine would make him realize what, or who, was missing. She hoped that by letting him go, he would finally understand how much he wanted to come back, not to the comfortable, quiet girl he was used to, but to the woman who loved him so fiercely she was willing to risk everything, just for the chance that he might finally see her. Really see her. She sank onto the couch, the indentation where he always sat still there. She didn't know if he would come back, or if he'd finally understand her heart. But for the first time, she had given him the chance to choose. And now, all she could do was wait. Thanks for watching this Noble Hearts story. If it resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more.